Well guys, welcome back. Friday. This smartphone is just hard to work with because when you turn on the camera part that's going to record the video and you angle it so you can see the whole flag and this and that, it's one thing, but then when you say record video, it starts and then it just zooms in all by itself. And I've looked for all the settings and I can't tell it to stop doing that. And this thing is ridiculous. I guess this is for some other devices. It's got the battery in it and I guess an amplifier. And for a smartphone, you leave it off. So I don't need that at all. Battery life's going to be infinite here, but it's a pain because it just keeps falling and it's weight all over the place. All right, this video is complicated. I keep reshooting and reshooting. I ordered a digital dial indicator because with the regular needle type, I keep looking like an idiot. There's two problems. One is the camera's at one angle and I'm looking at the needle on the dial indicator at another angle. So what the camera sees and what I see are two different things. Parallax. But the other thing is I keep messing up. I'll put say 100,000th gauge block underneath it. It's reading low, and for some reason I'll say, oh, it looks like it's slightly high. So getting into a digital dial indicator should fix that. But this kept getting more complicated because I'd shoot it and then edit and upload and look at the video and I'm going, wait a minute, and I'd be playing with the indicator more and find out what I just did is absolutely wrong. So I'm misleading people. So what's happened so far is I went on Amazon, I ordered this digital indicator from one company. I forgot the name of it. It begins with an R, Rhino or something like that. It arrived and I discovered that if you move, oh, this must be it, see? You just move it. If you move this, it turns on immediately. So when I opened up the box, it was on because of shipping and movement. The second thing is it said that this tip is supposed to be 2.5 millimeters and it's supposed to be removable. It's not. There, it moved, turned on again. It's not. I looked at it under the stereoscope and it's machined as one piece. So I went back to Amazon, figured maybe it's just that one, and they were sold out. It's $38, $39, so yeah, it's going to sell out pretty quick. What did I do then? I did that one, and I taped using it on the granite surface with a bunch of gauge blocks, and it just blew me away because it was pretty much so right on the money. I mean, this thing goes down to a half, a tenth of a thousandth of an inch, which is nuts if you ask me, playing with something that thin, small, whatever you want to call it. But then I looked at the manual for it and it was a different company name. It was, I should have looked it up, but I'll put it in the description, but Neoteck or something like that. And they had them in stock on Amazon when I searched for that name. So I ordered that one, and that one arrived, and to my surprise, well, it arrived what I thought was dead, because you open it up and you move the plunger and it didn't turn on. So I figured it's been on the shelf too long, battery went dead, and I tried the tip and the tip doesn't unscrew either, and I looked at it under the stereoscope, same scenario, it's machined as one piece. Packaged it all back up, filled in Amazon, return, defective, doesn't meet web description, because they said it was removable in the questions and answers. And then I was thinking about it going, wait a minute, maybe you have to turn that one on. So I unboxed it, and to my amazement, yes, it's back there on the bench, I still have it. You move the plunger and it doesn't turn on. I pushed the on off and it turned on. So better, a little bit better. Now it was just a matter of figuring out the accuracy, so I put it back on the granite block, taped, putting things under it, and it was close. It wasn't as good as the first one. And I did a bunch of different things playing with it, and all right, fine. And then I figured, let me make sure I wasn't just lucky with the first one. So I put the first one back on the granite block, and lo and behold, I was getting the same reading, slightly off. So in this video, I'm going to show first playing around with the regular needle type dial indicator, and then I'm going to show you playing for the first time with the second one, showing that, yeah, it's not as close and screwing around, but that's basically it. I am going to keep the second one because it doesn't turn on. And I'm wondering, because it's really cold right now, it's like 64 degrees. And when I did the first digital indicator, it was hot. It was like 75 in the shop. So I'm wondering if temperature is now affecting it, that the first one's now reading off like the second one, if I'm making any sense at all. So I'm going to wait for it to warm up, and then I'll put the second one back up on the granite plate and see where it comes in. So here's the indicator stuff first. Just wanted to throw this in. These reflections are ridiculous to try to get rid of. I don't know what gives. You can see a piece of wood on the right, and I don't know where they're coming from. The camera is right in front of me, and the lens is in direct alignment with the dial indicator. So I'm trying to get rid of the parallax issue here. And I've spent quite a bit of time here with the magnifying glass getting this guy on 0. I can't quite get in there, but looks like it's just under slightly. But I heard that these dial indicators are only accurate, I think the word, to 2000s. And this guy, I had a 100,000 gauge block. Now I've got a grade B gauge block set, so it's only accurate to like 50 microns, which is insignificant to this indicator. But I had put 100,000s underneath this guy, and it looked to me with the magnifying glass like it was spot on. But I was wondering how much temperature can affect it. So it's supposed to be 25 Celsius. I didn't convert it to Fahrenheit. It's 60 degrees in here right now, and these gauge blocks are ice cold. I have just now been sitting with this guy in my hand to heat it up. When I put it on earlier, it was right on. Okay, it looks like it's right on again. Right? Yep, it's magnifying glass, it's right there. So, I mean, this guy has been really accurate in handling them with your fingers, because it was ice cold when I picked it up. So that's 100,000s. Even if I go up to like 75,000s, this guy is right there. This is 75,000s. Boy, that's pulling it a long way. So you can see a little bit of movement there, because there is a little bit of play in the stem here. But for the most part, this guy is like right there. There could be some dirt that I'm showing it being up. Let me clean this and make sure this counter is clean here. So there, see? Now it looks to me try it with the magnifying glass. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty close to being right on the money. But grease and different things, is it still 0 out? Yeah. And you move it back and forth and it's staying there, or did it go down? It went down a little. So for the most part, and if you look at the face of this thing, look at the reflections again. Where is it coming from? Well, I don't know where that came from now. If you look at the face of this thing, you'll see there's no part number on it. And I went to the Fowler website, and looked at all of their dial indicators, and none of them give an accuracy. So I'm not sure when I'm hearing 2,000 they're only accurate to. I can't find anything, and like I said, I think in previous videos, I've got 2 dial indicators and they're both spot on, just like this. They're within the money to range to read. What can I grab? Anything else here? Here's 100. No, I don't want 125. Let's go 200 thousandths. Wipe down the grease. Now there's reflections in there. But there you go. It's moving around a little bit. That's under by a bit for 200 thousandths. So that's interesting. If it's reading low, that's about half a thousandth. I'm not using the magnifying glass, and that's still zeroing, yeah. So, I mean, it's pretty good, if you ask me. And I'm waiting from Amazon for a digital one, and as soon as that arrives, I'll do some quick checking with that and show you what I'm finding. Okay. So I'm doing this all over again now with the second dial indicator. I'm hoping that this guy is just as accurate as the first one, which I guess you guys aren't going to see the video on. So turn it on. Wow, why is it 0 already? That's crazy. 0 it. Let's see, I'm on to the side, but yeah, that's pretty good. I don't know. -1. 10th is ridiculous. 0 it again. Boy, you just touched the base and it moves. 0. What? I don't know. Oh, dust, dirt, everything can really affect this thing. Yeah, see, it's all over the place. I don't think I can do anything about that. You're talking 1/2 of a 1/10 of a 1,000th. All right, gauge blocks come back out. They're all oily, so this will be interesting because I got to really clean them down. Where's 0.1? I don't know if what did I go down? 1, right? Yeah, that's 100,000th. And I guess I'll just use, no, I can't use your fingers to get the grease oil off of them. Where is something here? No paper towels, so I'll use a cloth here. I guess that's what you're supposed to use anyway. What are these? These are grade B gauge blocks, which goes into AS2, grade AS2, older standards. So these are plus or minus, yeah, 1/2 of a 1/10 of a thou. So this gauge should be able to measure what these are, right? 0.00005, yeah, so that's a 1/10, yeah. So I'm looking at the certificate of calibration that I did a lot of research on and where they're supposed to be. All right, so he's cleaned up. Feels like he's pretty tight down to the surface. And put him on there. Wow, 3/10 off, 2/10. That's got to be, yeah, see if I push it down, there's oil on this thing. 1/10. Does it keep reading that? 3. It keeps wanting to read that. The other one was right on the money. I'm wondering if this guy is not as accurate. Well, it's reading 1. Jeez. Everything's tight on this thing. It doesn't get tighter than this, right? Yeah, see, just piddling with it. It goes all over the place. Up and down. 0. 0. Wipe this guy down again. Rub him into the surface. Let's see what it does now. 1/10 off. All right, I guess I can kind of live with that. and leave him to the side because I'll have to re-oil him. How about 200 thousandths? Where are you? One, there it is, 200 thousandths. Wipe him down with the cloth. I'm probably scratching this microphone, clicking, making noise, but all right, so he's pretty wiped down. Rub him into the surface. Here's 200 thousandths. Where are you? Pretty close, huh? Being under, that's under by quite a bit. I don't think this guy is as good as the other one, but I want this because of the on-off capability. I mean, this is probably good enough for me, right? I mean, you're talking tenths. When I'm just going to use this because I really kind of want to see thousandths, maybe a half a thou. As I move this back and forth, it's shifting. 8. Huh. Interesting. All right, well, zeroed out. Let's try something really funky. Where is 104? This is 0.1004. So this is 4 tenths. Let's see where it goes. Then I'll try 750, something really big, see how far it is. All right, 1.1004. It feels like it's sticking to the surface, that it's really got a good contact. 5, great. This is not it. Oh, there you go, 4. 5, 4. That's interesting. You slide it one way, it reads that. So there is play in this stem. Yep, if I touch the stem, it moves. So there's play in the rack and pinion is what's doing this to a tenth. Try 750, where are you? Here you are. And wipe this guy down. Not as good as the other one. I wonder if I could open it up and tighten it up at all. 750,000. Please be right there. All right. Boom. What is that? Huh? I'm in inches, right? Yeah. This block says 750 thousandths. Okay, now you got my curiosity. Am I doing this right? Yeah, that should be the right edge for it. Oh boy, this is crazy. Just for the heck of it, don't even degrease it, 700 thousandths. Same thing. Okay, there's got to be operator error here. Somebody is not doing something right. Well, let me figure it out. Yeah, operator trouble on the other one. Let's see if I can bring this light forward more that's above it, because I've got the camera right in front of me, so I can kind of see straight on with the camera. This guy seems like it continually wants to read low, and I think it's the base. I changed the base out from the 1, 2, 3 block with no holes. See, it goes minus, and if I push down, it comes back up. And yet, boy, again, I've said, you know, a half, a tenth of a thousandth, that's ridiculous to play with. But if I go to, where is, this is the 0.1? Yeah. Because I'm less force picking it up. So it kind of stays there. And that's, see, it goes right on it, on a tenth. Move it, 9, a tenth off. It's definitely some kind of play in this rack and pinion inside. I don't know whether I want to open it to really mess with it that much. This was the 100 what? 4, right. 0.1004. Where are you going to be? 2. That's crazy. There's 4. 3.5, 4. So, and if I play with pushing on this bass, I can get it to move. But then again, I'm only flat to like 1/10, I think, on this bass, so it should be able to rock. Yeah, it's kind of staying there. 0.2. Here's 0.2 again. That's pretty far off. Move it sideways. It's saying it's low, right? So if I push down, yeah, see, I can take it up by just pushing on this. I used more force to lift it up, which means the base on the plate could be lifting up with air or something. But, and does it zero back out? Nope, it's down 1. Push on the base, and it moves around. Look at that, see? So I've got a bass problem. And then, yeah, here's the 750, which is a lot of force to lift this thing up. 7, 4, 9, 4? Wow, that's way off. 5, 4. So I don't think this guy is as good as the other one, but playing with, what is that then? That's 9, that's a half a thou, right? 0.9, yeah, if you come up a half, that would be 750. Yeah. So, a half a thou. Anyway, push on the bass. Try to rock it. Can't do anything to bring it up. Does it zero back out? Yep, pretty much. So, I'm going to keep it because of the power function, where if it's off and you move it, it doesn't turn on. The other one was extremely accurate. I don't know, I should probably put it back up again, because maybe I was just flat out lucky with it. But I'd rather have this one, where you put it in a drawer and you know it's not going to accidentally turn on and the battery goes dead. So, all right, so much. All right, still hasn't warmed up, but I want to complete this video. So, on to the main feature, but first, this is, get rid of this thing again. This is the box the first one came in, and it comes with a plain back, like you can see there, and in the box was the little piece that you can mount. You know, it's got the flange or whatever you want to call it poking out. This is the box the second one came in, which was a lot nicer, so I'm glad I'm going to keep the second one. And the company that the second one is, both of them had this same manual in it, and it's Neoteck, Neoteck. So if you're interested in getting one, $39, and I will report in probably the next video, next Friday's video, more about what I'm discovering here with this second indicator and temperature and so on. I did open it up and look inside, and it's similar to the DROs. It's got some kind of electric pickup. It's no mechanical springs or anything. And I did put a drop, you know, you push the plunger up, and I put a drop of oil on there and let it back out and run it a bit, because that will take up some of the play in the stem. So on to the main feature. I was lucky enough to receive a pair of helping hands from Don Brandt. Don Brandt's channel, Doing It with Don. Thank you very much. I've used those things so many times here. So go check out Don's channel. It's kind of a Heinz 57. There's some machining, but there's a lot of other things which I find very interesting, so I enjoy his work a lot. Oops, see, there it goes. Pain. So the helping hands, the problem with it was it just keeps falling over. The base isn't that heavy. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I solved that problem. I hope you enjoy, and see you guys next Friday. Alright, these things are fantastic. This, especially if you're into electronics, because you're trying to hold two wires together so you can solder them, butt solder them. But the only problem is they're very unstable. They like to fall over easily. So I was thinking about it, going, well, we're going to fix that today. So what I got to do first is I need to get rid of this rubber backing here. So I think I'm just going to use a razor blade or something to scrape it all off. Oh, it's coming off pretty easy. Oh, how nice. It just came right off. Ugh, sticky. Yeah, that's pretty clean. Alright, so what I want to do is I want to make a lead base for this guy. So I'm figuring I've got this guy, and I can suspend this here just off the floor using these arms, probably, huh? Yep, I should be able to do it. So I need that way. I need that one that way. Get some metal clips here someplace from the scrap drawer. And put one on the other guy here. I'm not sure if the camera can see this. Good. So I should be able to get it all balanced and on center. So let me get it set up here and I'll bring you back. I have to hand walk the camera here, which is probably not going to be stable, but he's suspended in there just a little bit off the floor. I've got the nuts, swing nuts here tight as I can get, so it's not going to move. Thinking I got to be careful pouring the lead in there so that it doesn't shift on me. And I've shown this before in previous videos. He's on. And boy, when it gets hot, the whole thing gets hot. You can't even touch the knobs on it. And it's probably more lead than I need, but that's the smallest little ingot that I've got. So I'll bring you back when it starts to melt here. Well, there's 15 minutes, and I think you can see it's just starting to go. Had to, this is too hot still? Yeah. Had to flip it over because it was sitting on a bunch of junk, the old stuff. So this is not going to be too much longer and it'll be all melted. Alright, it's all melted. I got the camera as far away as possible. I don't want to melt the microphone cord. And I was going to try to preheat this because if you don't get the moisture out of it, you're going to have tons of bubbles. So I just want to try to get the moisture out of the bottom piece here and out of this thing. I know there's going to be a lot of smoke because the paint's going to burn off here, hopefully. Alright, that should be kind of, paint starting to buckle. That's pretty good paint. It's not catching on fire. Hopefully I can pour this thing nicely. Let's see. Turn this off. Gloves. Got my glasses on. And let's see what happens here. Wow. Alright, gotta pour it kind of carefully here. There it goes. That's about as far as I want to go. Oh, I got a lip on it. Nasty. Oh well, I'll have to carve that all off to clean it up, but that should be it. Let's see what happens when this thing cools down. I wonder if I should have just come all the way up. I don't have enough of lead though. Alright, well, that was fun. A little bit of smoke coming out of there. Alright, it's been, well actually to melt the lead took 25 minutes, just so you know. And let's see, I guess, yeah, I gotta wear gloves for this. And it seemed like the little stove thing got super hot, but I was feeling these arms and it didn't seem like the heat transferred up into that. Well, that's not lifting. There it is. Come on out. Whoop. And I know that sucker's still hot. Oh good, that came off. What does the bottom look like? Oh nice, okay. So I preheated it pretty good then. Oh yeah, look at this sucker's not gonna fall over now. Ah, come on. Can't do it with gloves. Get rid of that. Bring the arm up. Bring this arm up. Probably have to wait quite a while before I can actually really touch it, but let me see if I can flick that piece up. Yeah, hard to do this with gloves, I'll tell you that. But it should lift up, huh? Nope, not coming up. So I'm gonna have to scrape and file and clean that up, but that should be good now. Not bad, not bad at all. Up, up, and I guess it goes, no, it goes this way, so not gonna fall over anymore. Yeah, hopefully I can carve that off and get it kind of cleaned up. I'm not sure whether I should even attempt to flatten this out, just make it look a little bit better. But so if you guys got a set of helping hands from a nice guy named Don, then feel free to try this to make it a useful thing. So, all right. Well, it cooled off enough that I can actually touch it now. It didn't take too long, but I figured to get rid of this big blob back here. It's probably going to shoot lead all over the place. Yep, it's flying on me. Great. I'm going to hold my hand here and try to catch some of it. Yeah, that works pretty good. Now to go in further. I don't know how to get down in that lip. Probably a smaller bit here. Let me see. Put that guy back. And teeny little ball guy maybe? That's not small enough. It's gonna have to be this guy here. Ow. It's funny making this holder, because when I got the mill, I was doing it with the mill, but I didn't realize that you had to pull that arm out to disengage it and use it like a drill press. So this was all made in the mill using the fine tune, so it took forever. Come on. Sit right there. There we go. Perfect. So try to go this way. It's all going to fly at me, right? Wow, that's jumping. Wow. Thought it's getting rid of it. Hey, how come you can't hold it steady? Taking it out. It's probably just about as far as I want to go. Yeah, that looks nice now. Perfect, perfect. Round that edge out a bit. Yeah, it's going to fly all over me. I'm going to hold it steady again. Actually, I'll just do that with a file, but I have to vacuum my bench up again. There's junk all over it. So, pretty cool, pretty cool. Why is that? Oh, because that's all loose. Move it up. Tighten up some of these wing nuts. Not bad. Yeah, I'll just file that down a little bit and that's it. Call it a project.